Sometimes it seems like this path is a regression, working backwards through everything that built the feelings of separation.
Yes.
And I just wonder if you could talk about that.
You know, something that is spoken of frequently in near-death experience is called the past life regression, where every single thing that occurred in the life is felt all the way, because when karma is freed, it is freed by feeling it all the way. What feels it all the way is the heart. The nature of ego, its function is to numb, so it cannot be felt, so it can be repressed. But the liberating of the elements that created the experience of being someone happens in the full opening. And in the full opening, what is felt all the way. The numbing mechanism comes in because the mind's belief is that it is too much to handle and to survive. And thus out of this kindness comes this blanket of numbing, which perpetuates the experience of separation. What occurs in past life regression is the freeing of karma, because it is felt all the way. It is not only felt by what is called me, but the byproducts are felt as it reverberates throughout the entire planet. And it does not happen in time. The entire thing can be an instant, because time is the creation of the numbing. And yes, it can be called a regression, but it is not the past. It is what has been frozen within, numbed over and frozen within, that drive behaviors that create the experience of being the separate one. The birth of the separate one is the birth of forgetting. One is carried back into what has never forgotten. It uses the tools of linear time to unravel linear time by moving in regression. Linear time, based on egoic perspective, moves in one direction, from past into future. But it is just another limited view. In a dream, the whole thing is laid out, whether you are at the beginning, the middle, or the end of the dream. There is a retracing of all of the dynamics that created the amnesia. And the whole challenge in the life is that everything that has been created out of this numbness is built to resist this, in the belief that this is something horrible. But it is all topsy-turvy. You could say perhaps it is the release of something horrible. But everything in the play of life is grace. You are regressed back to the recognition of the eternal, timeless nature of what has never progressed or regressed. But in the amnesia, there is the experience of progression. Thus you go through regression to discover reality, which is the simple beingness that has never been stained or touched and is eternally present now, in which there is no owner, there is no point of reference, there is no issue. There is pure happiness, unstained, unchanged, unaffected by the dream of phenomena. If one is so graced because of a life that is pure enough, what is commonly called in near-death experiences past life regression is actually the liberation of ego, where it is felt all the way through as it is released, that completes and frees the suffering and opens the doorway into the eternal nature of the light that you have always been. If any aspect is bypassed, full recognition of the freedom that you are remains impossible, because what remains alive is some numbed over unseen peace that has created the experience of someone. The beauty is that it is all ordained by the wisdom conditioned mind believes that maybe I can be whole if I get this, finish this, move through that. But the discovery is you return to completion when it is all undone, not done, undone. It is undone in the full meeting. In the full meeting, it is felt all the way. Feeling all the way means the full expression of the heart, meeting what conditioning has tried to run from and cover over. Where the heart of divinity meets the illusion of separation, where the light of consciousness meets that which is unconscious. and the byproduct is the undoing of you. But in the undoing of you, that is when you discover yourself.
It feels like it's the undoing of not you.
This is more accurate use of language. It is the undoing of the illusion of you. What could be more beautiful than the undoing of the illusion of me? The separate, fear-driven, craving machinery. Into the recognition of the untouched nature of pure love, which is eternally now, locationless. One of the fundamental aspects that is necessary is having this unbroken attention on the mechanics of the amnesia. One of the things conditioned mind loves to do, such that the amnesia can remain, is distraction. Loves distraction. It brings a sense of purpose to the separate egoic self. Holding the intention not to be distracted will bring up latent tendencies of mental fear, because it is the doorway into the regression, the release, the feeling of that which is not you.